book up wide and meet adventures that wait for you. Live and learn and laugh and play whenever your dream comes true. You could swim along the river all the way to the sea. You could fly up in the sky above the clouds and trees. You could plant a flower garden up on top of the moon. You could swing through the jungle all afternoon. Wherever our story takes us, I can't wait to see. Yes, friends, come and read with me. It's Online Story Time.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Online Storytime at your Grand Rapids Area Library. I'm Miss Tracy.
And I'm Grandma Pat.
And we are so excited that you're here with us today. Hey Grandma Pat, before we start talking about that cute little squishable, lovable thing we're going to talk about today, should we sing?
I'd love to. Let's do
All
that.
right, Storytime friends, would you sing with us? And remember, even though the song says clap your hands, you can clap whatever you want. Here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. And I really want to hear some stories today. So Grandma Pat, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, you know, when I was little, and I was little once, I was the baby of the family. I was the baby in my house. I was the baby of all the cousins. And sometimes that was good, and sometimes that was not so good. So I think it'd be fun to talk about babies today.
Babies. And I know that you were the baby of your family until your Aunt Mabel had a baby.
That's true. Then I was no longer the baby, she was.
And I was always the baby of my family for the most part. So, but babies are wonderful. They're soft and they're squishy and they're holdable and they're cuddable and they're lovable
And they're loud.
They're loud?
They're loud. You'll see in one of the books we read today.
There's a loud baby.
Loud baby in that book.
And sometimes they're kind of stinky.
Yeah, sometimes.
And people pay a lot of attention to them.
Oh, they do. They love their babies.
And then they don't pay as much attention to other people.
No.
But I still love babies.
Yeah, and we'll find that out later too.
So you have good books about babies?
Yep, got books about babies.
Look, Miss Tracy, we have a book about a little Viking, a little person Viking. The story is written by Alexandra Penfold, and the illustrations are by Isabel Roxas, and it comes to us from Alfred Knopf, New York. Okay, Vikings. Oh, I wonder if they play football, huh? Sven was the littlest Viking.
Oh, he's like a baby Viking.
He is. Little tiny guy. But that didn't matter. He had the loudest cry. Wah! And the fiercest set of teeth. Ouch. And if he felt like pillaging just means you take something that doesn't belong to you. Well, let's just say no one was bold enough to stop him. He took anything he wanted, my goodness. And what Sven loved best were stories. Sven could spend hours listening to stories. And in time, all the things that they had stories about, Viking ships, Vikings on horses. I wonder if they had Viking dragons. He learned to share them too, telling tales of heroes and battles, ships and storms, sea monsters and ferocious beasts. When Sven told a story, all of the other Vikings stopped to listen. Until one day, no one had time for Sven's tales. There was too much to do. They were expecting someone special. What's this? A fair maiden? He's wondering. No, a warrior princess. Oh, Sven had a little sister. The warrior princess was little but loud. Very, very loud. Wah! And sad. So sad. She was not amused by shiny plunder. Wah! A ride on the great ship did not soothe her. Look at Sven covering his ears.
The babies are loud.
The scald's song made her cry louder. Wah! A scald is what they called a person who sang. Sven knew what to do. He stepped up to her cradle and began to whisper. The warrior princess was quiet for a moment. It was just enough time for Sven to begin his tale. Oh, he began telling her stories. I think she likes it. He told of a small, brave Viking and a mighty warrior princess and distant lands meant for exploring. He told of fantastic voyages and epic feasts and all the adventures they would have. Good night, sweet princess, said Sven. Tomorrow I will tell you another story. Oh, she's not crying anymore. And so he did. Oh, she's getting bigger. Stories, and she's playing along with the stories, and there he is playing with the stories. Sven was no longer the littlest Viking, but that didn't matter. In fact, he didn't mind one bit. There's our littlest Viking.
Hey, story time, friends. Grandma Pat? Yeah. Anybody ready for a flannel board?
Oh, look at those cute babies.
We have babies on our flannel board. You want to sing it with me? It's flannel time. Oh yeah, it's flannel time. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. All right, so as you can tell, my dear friends, we have 1, 2, 7, 9, 12 babies.
No.
We don't have 12 babies?
No.
All right, let me try it again. 1, 6, 4, 2, 5.
That's
Yep.
right.
We do have 5 babies. Did I count them correctly? I think I used wrong numbers. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you think of a third way? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it matter how we count them? It doesn't. It doesn't matter how we count them because we're always going to get to the number 5. Now let's see what we're going to do with these babies today. This is how we're going to do a rhyme. It's called 5 Hungry Babies. Okay, no singing, just talking. Here we go. 5 hungry babies rolling in the crib. That looks like a party crib if I ever saw one. Mama picked one up and put on their bib. There. She fed them a bottle and patted on their back. Burp went the baby and they took a nap. 4 hungry babies rolling in the crib. Mama picked one up and put on their bib. She fed them a bottle and patted their back. Burp went the baby and took a nap. So cozy. How many babies do we have left in the crib? That's right, good job. 1, 2, 3 hungry babies rolling in the crib. Mama picked one up and put on their bib. She fed them their bottle, oh, so delicious, and patted their back. Burp went the baby and they took a nap. How many babies are left? I bet you they're getting really hungry. 2 hungry babies rolling in the crib. Mama picked one up and, you're right, put on their bib. She fed them a bottle. What'd she do next? Oops, blah. All right, here we go. Whew, those babies took a ride. They survived though. You're right, what did she do next? That's right, patted their back. Burp went the baby and took a nap. How many babies do we have left? We have 1, and it looks like it's escaping. 1 little baby rolling in the crib. Mama picked one up and put on their bib. She gave them a bottle and patted their back. Burp went the baby and took a nap. No more hungry babies waiting to be fed. Mama gave a sigh and tiptoed to bed. She crawled under the cover and she closed her eyes. She started to sleep, but then a baby cried. And it was time to start all over. Hey, thanks for playing.
Miss Tracy, we have another book about babies, little people, Marigold and Daisy. Words and pictures by Andrea Zuhl. And it's brought to us by Sterling Children's Books in New York City. There's Marigold. My life was good. How's it going, Marigold? Fantastic. Then my little sister Daisy was born. I immediately sensed something was wrong. There's Daisy. Isn't she adorable? I've never seen anything so cute. She's so tiny. Fascination with Daisy grew as she grew older. Something about her that seemed to mesmerize everyone. Mesmerize means that everybody paid special attention to her. Doesn't she have the most charming shell? She's so swirly. My shell's pretty charming too.
That's important when you're a snail, I think.
I think so. I've seen snails with bows on their little That's really cute. The situation had really gotten out of control. Look, she pooped. Cutest thing ever. Oh, brother. I tried talking to Dad about Daisy, but it was clear he didn't understand. blah, 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 your mom and I, blah, blah, love you, blah, blah, Daisy, blah, 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 patient, blah, blah, understanding, blah, 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 blah. I had to figure out why Daisy had such an effect on everyone. Was that her plan? Then it finally dawned on me. Daisy was an evil genius set out to conquer the world with her power of being extremely adorable. That had to be it. Nothing else made sense. She must have sensed I was onto her because all of a sudden, her attention was entirely focused on me. Look at those big eyes. She invaded my personal space. Get off! And she found new ways to be annoying. Bebop, ba-shooby dooby, slink, splank, splork. Aw, she's singing. Does Marigold look happy? Don't think so. Then she went too far. What's that in your mouth? It kind of looks like the horn from my Princess Sparkle Slugacorn. Oh, I couldn't believe what Daisy had done. Mom was no help at all. Blah, blah, Daisy, blah, blah. Doesn't mean blah, blah. Shouldn't blah, blah, blah. Loves, blah, blah, blah. Feelings, blah, blah, blah. I'd had enough. I'm out of here. Who does she think she is? She gets away with everything. Munch, munch, munch. Ooh. Grr. Hey, Slimy, this flower is mine. Quit munching on it. That bee is not happy. Oh, look at Daisy. Stop that! How dare you talk to my sister like that? She's the bestest and greatest person ever. You need to be nice and learn some manners, and I know where you live. There goes the bee. Wow, thanks. No problem. Well, she may be an evil genius, but at least she's my evil genius. 1 year later, girls, come and meet your new twin brothers. Uh-oh. Daisy and Marigold are in for surprise.
Hey, Storytime friends, grab a pad.
I'm here.
Are you ready to wave a scarf?
Oh, I love this time.
But before we wave our scarf, we're gonna do a couple of finger plays. We haven't done this in a while, and there's some really good baby finger plays. All right? So the first one, I want you to grab your hands. See, they're attached to your arm. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start with one finger. But we're talking about babies today, so this isn't gonna be a finger. This is a baby. Here we go. This is a baby ready for a nap. Lay him down in his mother's lap. Cover him up so he won't peep. Rock him till he's fast asleep. Should we do that again? Let's do it quickly. Here we go. Got your babies? This is a baby ready for a nap. Lay him down in his mother's lap. Cover him up so he won't peep. Rock him till he's fast asleep. Nice job putting your babies to bed. All right, we're gonna try another one, and this one's called One Little Baby. Here we go. One little baby rocking in a tree. Two little babies splashing in the sea. Can your babies have fun in the water? 3 little babies crawling on the floor. 4 little babies banging on the door. 5 little babies playing hide and seek. Keep your eyes closed now until I say peek. Nice job. Those babies had a good time. All right, now, out of your Storytime kit, I'd like you to find your scarf. I'm gonna give Grandma Pat, Teacher Missy's favorite green scarf. And we're gonna start with our scarf warm up. And then we're gonna do something a little surprising, I think. Excuse me? Did you hear something, Storytime friends? Oh, of course. Storytime friends. Elephant would like to join us today. Hello, Grandma Pat.
Oh, there's that pretty turquoise elephant. Or is he blue? What is he?
Well, I think turquoise is the same as the color blue. So
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, Storytime friends? Blue or turquoise? All right. We'll take a poll later. Okay, Elephant, do you want to stand right there? And you can watch while we wave our scarves. Okay, ready to do our scarf warm up? Here we go. My scarf goes up, my scarf goes down, my scarf goes around, 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 around. My scarf goes in, my scarf comes out, my scarf flies about, 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 about. Woo! Can you do it faster? Let's try. My scarf goes up, my scarf goes down, my scarf goes around, 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 around. My scarf goes in, my scarf comes out, my scarf flies about, 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 about. Woo! That was fast. All right. A long, long time ago, we actually used our scarf to grow a flower. And we're going to do that again today. And I was thinking about babies grow like plants grow, okay? So we are going to make a flower in 2 different ways, all right? Let's see if you remember this one. We're gonna scrunch our scarf up. I want you to put it in your hand and cover it up like that, all right? So it just looks like you have your hand in like a circle shape, but we know the surprise inside. And this is called bloom. This is how this goes. Here's a green leaf, and here's a green leaf. And that, you see, makes 2. Here is a bud that makes a flower. Watch it bloom for you. Did your flower grow? That was amazing. Now we've done that one before, but I have a brand new one for you. And I really, really like this one. This is a song and it's called A Little Seed. And I want you to do the very same thing. But I want you to try to put your scarf or your washcloth or your paper towel or whatever you have in one hand, okay? Because we're gonna need our other hand. And it's okay if it hangs out a little bit. That doesn't matter. All right, here we go. This is called A Little Seed, and this is how the song goes. A little seed for me to sow. To sow means to plant it. That's what I'm doing. A little earth to help it grow. A little sun, a little shower, a little wait, and then a flower. Did your flower grow? Should we do that one more time? All right, squish it all up in your hand. And we're gonna start by planting our seed or sowing our seed. Here we go. A little seed for me to sow, a little earth to help it grow. A little sun, a little shower, a little wait, and then a flower. Nice job, friends. Hey, thanks for playing. Storytime, friends. Grandma Pat, I had such a fun day today talking about babies.
Yeah, it's always so much fun.
It is. Did you remember taking your baby and covering your baby up? That was pretty awesome. And all 5 of our babies in our crib kind of took a tumble, but
They stayed there.
They did, and they all got to eat, and then they all went to sleep for 2 minutes. Yeah. And the littlest Viking, he ended up with a very loud baby sister who went, "Wah!" all the time until the littlest Viking had 2 things. Do you remember the first thing he did? He whispered to her, and his whisper caught her attention, and then he told her stories. That was fabulous how he told her stories. And then Marigold and Daisy, poor Marigold, she had to put up with a baby sister snail. But it turns out her baby sister really stuck up for her when it counted. And I wonder what happened when they had twin baby brothers. That sounds pretty crazy.
Sounds like it should be another book.
But now, I think it's time for us to go.
Oh, really?
I know, it's sad. It's really sad. But hey, they got things to do. We've got things to do. We'll get together again next week. Storytime friends, would you sing with us? All right, here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Story time is done today. Now it's time to go and play. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Go squeeze a baby.